Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brainshart podcast. This is episode 3. I'm Liv. Welcome anybody that's new, and welcome back anybody who has been here before. If you can't tell by the quality, I'm trying out a new camera. This camera is not mine, it's my father's. I'm still working to be able to get my own, but that's okay. As long as I have a free camera laying around, I'm going to use it. But the nice thing about this one is that it has a monitor. So you're going to see me looking at myself a lot. I'm vain. You know what? Get used to it. That's why I'm doing this. But yeah, for anybody who has not been here before or has not listened before, this is a podcast about nothing and everything. I basically talk about things that I like. Maybe sometimes I talk about things that are going on in the world, trends. It's really up to whatever I feel like. So yeah, welcome to episode 3. This episode, I'm going to be honest, didn't really prepare for. And that's okay, because we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna make it good. I actually, this week has been extremely busy for me. As some of you may know, I am a student, and it is now the second week of the semester, and it's really busy. I'm in my last year of college, and every day I'm doing something new and big. So, big things come in. So this week, because I didn't prepare, I went on my Instagram and asked my lovely followers, aka all of my family and friends, and maybe some strangers that don't really know me, to ask me or give me topics to talk about or ask me questions. So we're going to cover that. So I've got 4 questions here and topics, and we're going to cover them. So the first one is from Alexa T. Perel 2. It's blank. There's nothing there. Next one is from Alexa Q. Jarrell 2. This one's really good. Blank. The next one is from Alexa T. Terrell 2. Now this one actually got me really excited and sparked some stuff I want to talk about. It's blank. But we have one more. It's from Alexis T. Urel 2. And basically, you get where I'm getting here. I wish I was lying about this, and I wish this was a joke, but 4 different accounts with very similar names sent me blank messages when I put my story asking for podcast suggestions. And I looked at one of the profiles, and it was one of those profiles where it's like, what is it? Let's see. It's like, get free followers. Yeah, get 50,000 real followers. And that's the only person that replied to my story. And let's see how many people saw it. 50 people saw my story. And I'm not salty about it. It's fine. It's truly fine. I did, however, get a message from someone that I went to college with. And I thought that they were gonna, I was like, oh, sick. They're asking me a question. And they did. They asked me a question. They asked me what mic I use. And so I asked them, is that a real question, or is it a question you want me to talk about on my podcast? It was a real question. It had nothing to do with giving me anything to talk about in this podcast, which it kind of did, you know. And so did all those blank messages. They all gave me this great topic to talk about. And if anybody is wondering, I use a MXL 990. Not mine, father's. I think we get it by now that all of my equipment is my father's because I'm a broke college student, and that's okay. We all are, I hope. And if you aren't, screw you. Yeah, so because I didn't get any suggestions, I'm going to go off a couple things that I was, I was going to talk about last week. There's one thing, and another was just something that I thought was funny. I guess we'll talk about first light language. Light language is I wish I could explain what it is, but it's basically these people on TikTok that they use sounds to channel the light and all this good stuff. So I'm going to pull up some. All right, so there's this one girl. She's all about the light language. So I'll play one for you. I'll put it up on the screen. I probably will get, it doesn't matter if I get, well, it does. It does kind of matter I get copywritten, but you know what? I don't think she can copyright me. But, so here's one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's light language. I don't know if it has anything to do with religion, and if it does, I'm not trying to offend anyone or make fun of it, but I kind of am. Okay, quick disclaimer. I was just rewatching this in editing, and I realized that it sounded like I was trying to offend people. I meant like I am kind of making fun of it because it's a little weird, but again, I don't know if it has anything to do with religion. I don't think it does, but if it does, let me know, because the last thing I want is to offend anyone. Anyway, let's get back to the episode. I don't think it is. I think it's something, spiritual. I don't know. And I'm sorry if I offend you. I do feel bad if I do offend you, if it has anything to do with your religion or anything, but, and I get the message is nice. It's, this woman is trying to channel the light to bring light to the things that are going on in the world right now, like the wildfires, which, holy shit. The fact that they were started by a gender reveal party? Idiots. Dumb idiots. We're in a pandemic, first off. Second, California is having a huge heat wave. Third of all, driest time of the year. Dumb. Anyway. But yeah, I get the message is nice, but you can't help but look at that and just laugh. It's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's shocking. I'm trying to really cover my ass here. But yeah, it's funny because my sister and I kind of, I guess, talk in light language. We're like, I don't know, when we're like, since we were kids, we would be goofing off or something, and we would just be like, so basically, I think I'm a light language prodigy. I have been since I was a kid. So watch out, world. Next episode, this whole podcast is going to be in light language. I'm not going to put captions because this is only for the light language people. Sorry about it. Guess you're just gonna have to learn. And I don't think Duolingo has light language, so sorry about it. Just gonna have to watch TikToks about light language and see if there's any educational ones, because I'm not gonna teach you. I earned this spot. Anyway, yeah, light language, love it. I really do. I could watch light language videos. Oh, I have been getting down holes of old women doing things on TikTok, since we're talking about TikTok still. For like a good 2 hours, I was watching this woman on TikTok scratch off scratch tickets and win. I bought maybe one scratch ticket in my life, and I love watching those videos. Like, this woman buys so many. It's insane. And then I watched this old woman. I say old, but they were probably like, the scratch off woman was probably in her mid 40s, but they're older than me, so they're old. And then the other woman she's 50, but she catfishes her catfish. She catfishes her catfish. Yeah. On like dating apps, like Tinder and, eHarmony. I don't know. Does eHarmony still exist? I should use eHarmony because I'm single. Hit me up. I'm just kidding. But she'll like do these long series where she gets these men who she knows are catfish. Like, she can tell, reverse image searches their images on these dating apps, and she finds this out, and she will for months string these guys along and like be weird. Like, one time she was talking to this guy who was a catfish, and she told him that she had a vintage doll collection and asked him to buy her some. I kind of love that. That's powerful. I don't know. I liked it. It made me happy. It brought up my serotonin, which, as we all know, in this day, we don't have. None of us do. Even if you say you do, you don't. You're lying. There's absolutely no way that you have any serotonin left. I haven't seen anyone. I was talking to my friend this morning. I have not seen anybody except my family, like, hung out or like been around for a period of time. Anybody except for my family in over 3 months, I think. And I'm not gonna see anyone because I'm not an idiot, and I'm not gonna go and expose myself or other people, because I saw an article today that I think it was like 2%. Let's see, I have it up still. Okay, yeah, I lied. I don't know where it was like something like 2% of adults say that who've tested positive for COVID. I don't think it was 2%. It must have been more for there to be an article about it. Either way, they went out to eat, and then they got COVID from going out to eat, which, why? Cook at home. I know I talk about COVID on every episode, but it's relevant to the times, and we got to talk about it. Sorry, I'm adjusting stuff. All right, so one of the next things I really want to talk about, which I guess it's kind of like the last main topic that I want to talk about, because again, I didn't prepare this week. I didn't have time, and that's okay. And I know I keep saying that, but it is okay, because sometimes that will happen. But anyway, I am in this games class, which, honey, let me tell you, it is the study of politics and games. Interesting class. I like it. I like it so far. My professor's cool. My TA is all right. I hope none of them see this because that would be really uncomfortable because something really uncomfortable happened in class. But yeah, so nobody in my class games. And, you know, you don't have to game to try to understand the politics of games because everything is a game. Everything's a competition. Life's a competition. I mean, we compete to get into college. We compete for jobs. We compete to become famous. I don't know. Life's a game. Life is a highway. Sorry, I'm going to get copywritten for saying that. But, okay, so no one games. And we had to write a thing last week about our favorite game. And this kid, okay, let me backtrack. We had to write we had to write about like what it taught us and how it was influential on us. I wrote about World of Warcraft because it taught me a lot about myself. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I like World of Warcraft. But this kid wrote about Candy Crush. And he proceeded to talk about how Candy Crush taught him so much about himself and so much about his time management skills, which like I could get. But I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm sorry, Candy Crush? And I'm not meaning to like be mean and I'm not making fun of this kid. I'm not trying to do any of that, but how does Candy Crush teach you about yourself? That's like, oh, and I forgot to mention, he also said Webkins. Which, for those of you who don't know, I have a viral TikTok. It's all about Webkins. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? Anyway, yeah, it was just so shocking to me because maybe it really did teach him that stuff and maybe he really meant it, but I just don't see how Candy Crush or Webkins teaches you about yourself. I don't. Like I'm thinking about, I have played both of those. Candy Crush, it's been a long time. Webkins, it's been a long time, but did it teach me anything? No. I don't think it did. But you know, good for him if it did. Good for him if it taught him all of those things. Because I'm jealous. I wish little things like that could teach me. Instead, I have to delve deep into World of Warcraft to learn anything. But also in that class, well, okay, we'll talk about this joke that I made. Because I told everybody in my family about it. Well, most people in my family. But, okay, so at the beginning of class, there was, like, no one in class. It was, of course, Zoom. And this girl was talking to our TA about how school has been online for her because she's a drama student and all this stuff. And she was talking about this assignment she had to do where she had to eavesdrop on someone's conversation. And she was talking about how she eavesdropped on this 90-year-old woman's conversation with her friend. And this woman was asking her friend, do you know where I can get some crack? And then she was like, yeah, it was so weird. Like, this is a conversation I overheard. It was like crazy. And that's all I heard. But it was just so wild. And my TA was like, yeah, that's so crazy. And so I jumped in. I don't know anybody in this class. I don't know who this girl is. I don't know. It's second week. I don't know anyone. So I unmute my mic and I go, it's really too bad you didn't find out where to get that crack. And the silence in the room, in the virtual room, was so tangible. Everyone just stared at me. I think one girl like slightly smiled, but everyone stared at me, and my TA got so uncomfortable. She was like, yeah, maybe it's good you didn't find out. And I was like, people think I'm a crackhead now. Which, I'm just kidding, I'm not. I don't do drugs. But yeah, it was just so uncomfortable. But I'm glad I did it. I normally don't do those things. It's really bold of me to do. And I'm not a bold person. I'd never speak out. But I saw the opportunity and I took it, and nobody thought it was funny. But I guess I know that I don't have to be anybody's friends in that class, so because nobody has the same humor as me. I really thought that like other people would think that's funny. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the oldest people in my class, and I feel like everyone below me is like true Gen Z, where that kind of joke is perfect and funny. But no one did. Later in that class, we're talking about like what does it mean to win? Like, what is that feeling of winning? Like, what do we feel when we win? And like, what is competitiveness? I'm quitting the podcast. Competitiveness. Thank you. What does it mean? I don't know. So we're talking about like what it means to win and like what the feeling of winning is. And this girl, who is actually the only other person that knows anything about video games in my class, which, glad it's another girl and not just a dude, which all of the okay, sidetrack. You know how like it's kind of stereotypical that like guys are gamers and like girls don't game, and it's like crazy if a girl games. None of the guys in my class game. None of them said like an actual game. The one kid that like had a setup that looked like he gamed literally said that he's been playing The Sims recently, which like is a game, but like, you know, I expected like Tarkov or Valorant or any other game, Call of Duty even. Where are my COD boys at? But yeah, anyway, so this one girl, who's the only other person that is a gamer in my class, she ruined her reputation for me. I felt like I was in an episode of Schitt's Creek, which, if you haven't seen that show, watch it. It's so fucking funny. Anyway, she goes, yeah, just like, winning to me was like my biggest feeling of a win was when I went on an 8-day silent meditation retreat, and at the end, when I like had realized that I had done it, that was a win for me. And I was just sitting there like, first off, honey, meditation is not a game. You don't win at meditation. That's not the point. Second of all, what? Huh? Excuse me? You ruined your reputation for... I mean, she didn't ruin it. It was kind of iconic, but it was just like... And then, like, really soon after, the girl who I made the crack joke to earlier in class, she started talking about winning addiction and how her friend was playing video games so much that... Oh my God, excuse me. I'm editing that out. I might not. I'm going to leave it in for fun. But her friend, his parents sent him to rehab. Which, like, I know gambling addiction and winning, like, that can become an addiction. But, like, For playing video games too much? Like, where's my ticket to rehab for gaming too much? Because I'm a gamer. I'm always gaming. Because life's a game. So I guess you could say I'm the most ultimate gamer because I play the game of life. Both the board game and the real one. Rock on. But yeah, I'm sorry. It was just crazy to me that this kid got sent to rehab for gaming too much. Wild. That's like when people get sent to rehab for smoking weed. Absolutely wild to me. But yeah, that whole class is just such a shit show. I don't want to talk about it. Both my cameras stopped recording. I just tried to explain why I have a cut in my video. My audio wasn't recording. Today is not my day. I don't know where my camera cut off. And all I do know is that it did not catch my sign off. So I'm really sorry. Holy shit. Anyway, thank you for watching the Brainshart podcast. I'm gonna do better. This week was just not my week. I didn't have time to prepare. My camera shut off. My audio wasn't recording for this last little part. Thank God it was recording for the whole episode, or else I would have cried. I just got to be more attentive. But I just get so in my thoughts. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking for another 20 minutes if I don't cut this off. I'm sorry I cut off mid-sentence. Just how it is. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, do what you must. Share this if you want. But yeah, thank you for watching the third episode of the Brainshart podcast. I had a really good outro too. I had a really good outro. I'm gonna go have a mental breakdown. Thank you for watching. Bye.